Well, hello. It is Tease. Good day. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope all are well. I hope all are safe. Excuse background noise and sound effects. But I want to say really quickly. Previously, I made a video of a gentleman that's on YouTube. He makes videos about strange activity. Basically, he calls it the Twilight Zone. Like, okay, he said he'd been going to this restaurant since he's a little boy, and when he goes, maybe about 2 months ago, basically up until the present time, when he goes there, it's ran by new owners, and then it's one of those things like, who are you, and then how do you know? How do you know me? So basically, long story short, he, as I mentioned, he'd been going to this restaurant since he's a little boy, and from what he remembers, was pretty much an all-white restaurant. Like, not necessarily Watts only, but this particular part of New York is just all white, you know. So he was like, he said, and you can even look, if you look at some of the pictures online, some of the pictures on the reviews, the pictures on the wall, it'll just, even from the workers on down to the customers, it's just always been pink people. And he basically said he went about 1 or 2 months ago, which is in the present time, and he went for the last time. He noticed the place ran by it was a black woman and a black man. A black man that brought the food out, and then a black woman that cooked it. And when she said, oh, hey, how's everything? And he was like, oh, everything's great. And then she's like, well, you know what? It's good to see you two again. And then he was looking like, what the hell? So another long story short. So basically, remember when I said it was all white? And then up until recently, now it's ran by two blacks that he's never seen. He says he'd never seen these blacks before. And I'm thinking the kicker part, this is the part that makes it where like, where I'm maybe thinking, well, maybe that's shape shifting, because I'm thinking the lady that said, nice to see you, she recognized him, because that is the same lady from the one he grew up seeing, but she's just in a different body. That's pretty much what's happening. Because there was another lady that had another testimony. Remember when she said she went to the smoothie shop, and she said, I've been coming forever. I get the same thing. What do you mean you do it this way? It's like she was kind of freaking out, because she was like, I'd order the same thing every time I come up here. And when the hell did y'all change the name? And they're like, oh no, that the smoothie shop is named after my daughter. She's right here. Like, pretty much like, no, we've been doing this for a long time. Where have you been? And so she's more like, okay, I know I'm not crazy, damn it. So that's, but I'm thinking it is the same. It's just in different form. That's what they call shape shifting. I can go from being this, I can turn into a bird, I can turn into even a piece of paper. Like, you can turn into whatever. And I'm thinking that's what's happening, because he said the rabbit hole goes so deep to where even if he follows the trail of, okay, when was this place purchased? When was it sold? When was it this, and that? And nothing is adding up. They're getting different pricings. Oh, I'm the owner, Jeff so-and-so. And they're like, so there never was a lady here? Or there never was any blacks here? And it's so weird. Every time he goes to do his research, it's popping up weird, to the point where he wanted to go as far as asking the black cook, how the hell do you know me? But I guess it went kind of got spiraled out of control, because it's on social media, so other people are going to the place. They go, who are you? You know, people mess it up. This is why it's important to just keep quiet, because if you're under investigation, the investigation is going to speak for itself, because people, they talk too much online. So then therefore, if I'm saying, hey, this gas station, it's all mutants there, somebody probably gonna go to that gas station and be like, oh, hey, are you the mutant from what's the name? And they're gonna come with their phone out, because you know everybody's dying for attention. I'm thinking he was never able to ask the woman, how do you know me? And I'm thinking he probably won't get the opportunity to ask, because as I mentioned, it's already ruined now. You got all these fanatics, or these fans online, that want to get to the bottom of what's going on too, doing their own damn research and messing up the whole damn investigation. And then it's going to get to the point where you probably don't want to know how this lady knows you, because she's probably that older lady from back in the day, and she just jumped into a new body. That happens too, because as he mentioned too, at first he said there was a woman, which was the waitress, and then there's a cook. So you got the owner, quote unquote, and the cook, quote unquote. So there's always going to be two people in this restaurant. When he went there, it was a lady and a man. The man transferred the restaurant to the lady. Okay, I'm retiring, you take over. So I'm sure the lady had a cook. So basically, they always came in two, the cook and the waiter, or the waitress. And in this case, there was a black waiter that brought up the food, and the black lady that cooked the food. And he said everything was made perfectly, made the same way it's usually made, and it was perfect. The only thing was, I've never seen these blacks before. I've never seen these blacks before in my life. And that's why I was like, it sounds like shape-shifting, you know? because I know everything's not crazy. Everything's not, oh, that's just the wind, or no such thing. Like, no, I've been seeing stuff, but I've only seen it in my peripheral. I can't say set in stone, oh, that's a this, or that's a demon. Like, the stuff that people see and the strange activity that's going on, I know there's much more going on than what we think we know, you know? So I do believe in it. I believe in demons, I believe in all that, because there's a lot of extraterrestrial and, what do you call it, supernatural. There's a lot of, now you see them, now you don't. Oh, that's another thing too. Now you see them, now you don't. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in here too. This is how you know it goes deep. There was videos, okay, so I seen one on a vocal testimony. Hey, I was the same lady who said she had strange activity at the smoothie shop. So she said she hits the highway literally every day. She's always on the highway. And she said at least 5 vehicles disappeared. They went from being directly behind her, like all damn near following her, and then by the time she goes to take a ramp, they're no longer, they literally vanish, and then they reappear. There was a guy, he was videotaping. I don't know if he had the dash cam on his camera, but there was a guy crossing the street. And as soon as okay, so it's his car. We'll say he has a dash cam. He has his car. So his car is seeing into traffic. There's a truck in front of him. A guy is crossing the street. He's crossing in front of the truck, but he never finished. He disappeared right in front of that damn truck. He said, where the hell did he go? Where did he go? I call myself witnessing this 2 times. I don't want to say that I can say with a straight face because I know what the hell I saw, but I know what the hell I thought I saw. Okay, so this happened twice. And remember, I tell you, in LA, things do just pop up because I power walk. So if I'm power walking, why is there a mutant power walking behind me? I don't like people behind me, so I'm always going to keep looking like east and west. But more than 1,000,000 times I've been walking and there's somebody power walking. And I'm thinking, where the F did you come from? Maybe a week ago, there was a lady, it was an Asian lady, power walking behind me. She's directly behind me. We're going to cross the street and she's power walking behind me, but I keep straight and then she turns. So basically, she comes out of nowhere, but then she makes a U-turn and the same thing happens. I go up and around the corner. I feel like this is the same lady, but I don't want to say all Asians look like. Same thing. Power walking behind me, and I'm thinking like, but are you going to keep straight or turn? But she eventually leaves. So it's like, where the hell did you come from? Maybe less than a week ago, I'm leaving the store. So you go out the garage and then you make a right or left to go into the sidewalk. Once you leave the garage to get out the store, whichever way you're going, you make a right or left. So I go, the guy, he's probably about 10 steps in front of me. 10 steps in front of me, he makes his right. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, 10 steps. Well, I wasn't worried about his footsteps, but I knew it was a guy in front of me. So he makes his rights. And like I say, 10 steps later, which is probably less than 10 seconds later, I go to make the turn. And this guy ain't there either. I wasn't looking for him, but you know what I mean? There should still be a remnant. It should be the dust from your shoe. He wasn't there. But then again, though, I can say there were doors. There were doors on the side of the building. So maybe he jumped in one of the doors. But I'm just like, normally you'll hear the door closing or you'll see it swinging. Once he turned the corner, I assumed he was gone. Like I said, I wasn't looking for him, but you know, if you turn the corner, somebody's in front of you, like you expect, okay, somebody might be in front of me, so I know to switch lanes. But he wasn't there when I turned the corner. But like I said, he could have jumped through the door because there were doors on the side. So I can't say that he couldn't have jumped in. He couldn't have went through one of these doors that are on the side of the building. But again, the door, it wasn't saying, okay, hey, the door wasn't open. It was closed. Like, okay, so maybe he ran through it. I don't like I said, I didn't see it to say for sure, but a lot of strange activity like that. Like, speaking of doors too, there is, I don't want to blame this on technology, but there's certain frequencies and certain energies and environments, basically a certain plethora that you can be at to where you can literally, you can go through walls or you can go through basically anything that's solid can be, accessed, if you will. So if I have like I say, a solid table or a brick wall, if I have the right frequency or the right gumption, I can go through that brick wall. And they use this in military and government purposes, and then maybe it's the sorcery, whatever it is, it can be done, but like I say, it's done in a particular way. It can't just be done. There's a science behind it. Yeah, so like I say, I do believe in the strange activity. I see enough strange activity to where there's no way in the world that's not true. Please, trust me, especially in this environment, this day and age, there's so much craziness coming to fruition where it's like, oh, those demons and those beasts, they are getting exposed to where it's like, oh, you can see me? And I'm thinking I'm a demon in the corner, and you're looking right at me. I'm like, oh. So the veil is being lifted to where what you thought was hitting, or what you thought was just the wind, it's really right there, and it's like you're starting to see it now because these realms are clashing, or maybe the calluses are coming off our eyes. But yeah, trust me, with the plethora of spirits and the plethora of sorcery that's going around, if you see this stuff with your own eyes, your brain will probably blow up. Even that too, I've noticed. I probably got a glimpse of the spiritual warfare that I am under, or have been under for a long time. And you know how sometimes it's like, okay, you don't know the warfare that's up against you. Or you don't know the amount of people that rose up against you, or the fiery darts that are coming at you, because okay, your guardians or your protectors are pew pew. Like, it's literally a war around you, and you don't know because you can't see this. It's spiritual, but I think I caught a glimpse of it to the point where I'm like, hell, it's like you're on a spaceship, or you're in a airplane, or you're speeding in a vehicle, like all stuff, eggs and stuff hitting the windshield, and you think like, and you're doing all this and you're ducking and stuff, and you don't realize that's the spiritual meeting the physical. And it's like, and you're just help, you're looking like, oh gosh, somebody about to hit me across the head, but it's like you're protected with that shield. And I'm thinking like, I've got a glimpse, and I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, clutching my pearls. I'm like, yeah, you really don't know you don't know what the hell's going on out there. That's what I'm thinking, like, good googly. That's why it's like, you'll never tell me, oh, that's not true. Until you see it, and then you ain't gonna be able to breathe. I don't want to see it because it's good to understand, because I'm thinking I have an open mind, but I'm more like, hello? I'll just be like, hello? If I see something like, hello? Speaking of that, I'm gonna say this and shut up. There's a reason why I'm not in a damn scary movie, because knowing me, I probably would be the one. You would think like, oh, now blacks don't do that. They don't go toward it. I would go toward the hello. I see like, remember that big black angel I was telling you about earlier? See a big black angel go up and around the corner, and I'm gonna go from hello. I'm gonna go up and around the corner too, not to get the bottom of it, but because I just want to confirm. I know what I've seen, because, like I say, if I keep seeing it out my peripheral, you'll think that you're crazy. Or no, you're just, that's the wind. I told you. And then before you know it, I'm gonna be back in one of those crisscross jackets, and because you keep saying hello, and it's like they're gonna be looking at you like, okay, I told you. Tell you again, you're going back in that jacket. Yeah, but that's why I was like, yeah, I can see myself doing that. Hello? Like, if I see a big black angel or that, and I know what the hell I saw, because I probably did ask, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to put you in a video, because I knew I wasn't crazy. I just need confirmation to confirm I'm not crazy, because if you say stuff, some of the things that I say and do, I'm deemed insane. But I'm like, no, it's what's right there. But maybe I'm the only one that can see it. But once I do get to the bottom, when I get done saying hello, and when I do get to the bottom of it, I'm like, well, can you call my you call my supervisor and let him know that I'm not crazy? Well, yeah. So that's all. It's not to be really hello, trying to get to the bottom of what's going on like that. I just want to understand, Anyway, let me shut up. Anyway, I hope all are well. I hope all are safe.